Hello, everybody, and welcome to yet another week of One Shot Wonders, a D&D series where we explore a new setting every month with a new wonderful cast every week. My name's Kiana, and I am your Dungeon Master, or your Lady of Pain, depending on who you talk to. So I'm very excited to be here and delving once again into the Planescape setting, particularly the city of Sigil. But let's go around and quickly meet our cast. Guys, introduce who you are, who you're playing, pronouns for both, and then we'll kind of get rolling on this. So let's start off with, let's see, with the circle. Academic, hello.
Hi there. My name's Dan. I will be playing Cloud today. A small male Tabashi rogue, and pronouns for him are he, him, and for me they are they, them. Very nice to meet you all. I'm excited.
Awesome. I'm very excited to have you on. Oh no, Kyle, why? Kyle's camera has been putting up a fuss today, so please be patient as we have fun with that. But let's move over to KKRP2 Dylan. Hello.
Hi, I'm Dylan, and today I'm going to be playing Bloob, which is, he goes by Blue, who is a Ooze Genasi sorcerer from the para-elemental plane of Ooze. So we'll see.
I mean, there's also Sigil here in Sigil.
Exactly, just the most weird thing you could think of.
You know what? That's fair. Awesome. And we will move over to Cleric of Court. Kat, welcome back.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here. Just what I need. More Kiana in my life. My name is Kat, Cleric of Court. She, her. I will be playing, well, you can call him Ishmael. He, him. He is an Asimar Horizon Walker Ranger, because what else do you take to Sigil?
Amazing. And of course, last but not least, we have our reoccurring cast member, Kyle, Sir Stalwart.
Hi. I'll try to keep the camera under control. I'm back playing Bootlip this week, and it's a little Kenku kind of bard. And we've got my vocabulary in front of me, so it'd be interesting to try to run in danger and don't have a proper way to actually explain myself. So super excited, and he, him pronouns, and for both, and just excited to see what happens this week in PlaneScape.
Awesome. All right, so let's just go over some of the Academy stuff first. Of course, social links. This is where you can find us when we're not live. This includes stuff like Discord, where we have a wonderful community of people who love tabletop role-playing games and love supporting each other. Over Twitter, which is the best way to get into one of these types of games if you want to play with us. We also have a YouTube where you can find all of our previous shows. So if you want to catch up, that's the place to go. And if you're watching this on YouTube, good job. You found it. I'm proud of you. We are a full-time show now, so thank you everyone who can support us, whether that's through donating, subscribing, however else. We also do have a Patreon though, and for as little as $1, you can get some really cool content, also free articles on there as well, so any little bit really helps us keep going. We also do have a merch store, so if you like that wonderful little Academy logo with the crest and evoking emotion in your everyday life. We've got shirts, we've got mugs, we've got notebooks. The one I'm using right now is actually a Scottish Academy notebook, so definitely check that out. As well, a big thank you to our sponsors, Mage Hand Press and Burn the Storm. Nope, that's not the right. God damn it. Bird, Mage Hand Press. There we go. Both of them are amazing people in the community who help out with creating content. Burn the Storm does totally all their stuff for charity. So all of their proceeds for their adventures, which will be seen on the channel soon, go towards great causes. So definitely check them out. And Maychan Press, you can see their Dark Matters alpha stuff on our channel over on Thursday's viewer games Argo 37. Basically D&D in space. It's pretty awesome. So definitely give them a big thank you from us. Finally, last but not least, we have a tweet, which is again one of the best ways to support us. Every 10 retweets, we get a Wild Magic Surge created from the table that you guys have brought to us. It can be good, it can be bad, it can just be plain old fucking weird. So get us every 10 retweets. We'll roll one of those randomly for one of these lovely players of mine. And yeah, we'll keep going with that. All right. I think that's it. I think. Let's hope so. But let's dive right into the game, shall we? Last time we were in Sigil, our dear little Kenku had gotten himself in a bit of trouble involving stolen artifacts and one, well, being known as Shemeshka the Marauder. And having come to a point where Shemeshka was basically offering Bootlip a position by her side, Bootlip decided, nope, I'm gonna get out of here and head back home. And realizing the precarious situation he was in, cast invisibility on himself and booted out of there. Unfortunately, even with invisibility, there are still things in pursuit. As Bootlips, you start kind of scurrying down the strange streets of Sigil, passing by through all of the many inhabitants in here, trying to, kind of excuse yourself that, you pass by people who are a little testy, to say the least. And as you kind of look behind, you see a undead clerk, one that your companion last time had raised from the dead, and had now apparently sent to follow you. And so you see what essentially a shopkeep clerk who's like still had blood all over her chest from the huge gash in there that had been kind of not really stopped bleeding out. She's only been like back from the dead for about 30 minutes. It's fine. And, people were kind of starting to like give some room to this zombie. But you also see behind there seems to be a few more of those mercenaries that you saw, quite heavily armed, that had been kind of keeping guard at the Fortune's Wheel, Shemeshka's lovely little hidey hole. And so you are kind of pushing through what's essentially the edge of the ladies' ward and into the market ward. And as you kind of keep running, you spot 3 figures that you recognize. Clow, Blue, and Ishmael. You're just spending a nice day out, shopping for supplies at the market ward. Plenty of odds and ends and stalls that pretty much could contain anything from any plane that you could want. And what are you guys looking for? What are you doing here in the market ward, the 3 of you?
Ishmael is looking for things that remind him of the medallion that he wears, or are made in a similar style, whether it's jewelry or artifacts of some kind, something like that. And he is always on the lookout for good arrows, good weapon, good bows, that type of thing. But mostly he's looking for anything that reminds him of the medallion that he wears.
I think Blue is just sort of going around and trying different street foods they might have on sale. Like, oh, skewer of cranium rat. Oh, wonderful. And, he just opens his mouth and just and you just sort of see it floating in like his sort of green jello man body for a little bit, and it just sort of dissolves. And he just goes around and gets different foods.
Yeah, it's not great for stimulating the appetite of everyone else around you.
I imagine not.
You get a lot of weird looks, which is saying something considering this place.
It's true.
We also have to intervene because there are a few people who tend to mistake blue for a gelatinous cube.
Yeah, really.
Gelatinous cube mimic combination. It's like, oh god,
Yeah.
I've learned how to look like people.
Yeah, so there are more than a few times that we've had to intervene, especially with Blue's eating habits.
God. I hope no one trips in front of me. I'll just walk over him and just. Ugh.
God.
Gross. I love it. What about Clow?
Well, Klaus, like, he's making use of the fact that Blue's drawing quite a lot of attention and just trying to get his little grubby hands onto anything that's like slightly just near the edge of the table, slightly sparkling. He's just sort of like swiping things as he's going. But because he's barely coming just above the table, nobody's like really noticing, mostly because what he swipes is mostly just garbage.
Yeah, so as you're all kind of doing this, you see a small little Kenku that you recognize. You would know him as being, for whatever connection you have with him, as the assistant to the collectorial list. And he looks quite harried.
So I'll be looking over my shoulder and running, and don't notice as I turn around and I run right into a very gushy mess and peel myself off. Ew.
Ishmael will reach down and pick Bootlip up by the back of the collar, kind of clean him off.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, where you going? What's the matter?
Bootlip will hug Ishmael very tight and very quick, and fuck charades.
I'm guessing that he saw the kind of looking over the shoulder kind of motion. Are you being followed? Bad people.
Says in a very timid, feminine voice, I don't want to find her. I don't want to find her.
How many? All right. Big voluminous cloak. Yeah, the Kenku is now wrapped up in the big voluminous cloak. Not holding Ishmael's not holding them. They're walking next to him, but he's got them so that they're kind of lost in the folds of the cloak.
Oh.
Okay.
I'll say from inside the cloak, be a peach and try not to pee on the rug.
I would appreciate it.
Okay, I'm going to need a stealth check to see if this whole kind of like hiding the Kenku is unnoticed by Bootlip pursuers. 21. Yeah, so with that, you just kind of it's kind of one fluid motion, as if you were just turning to look at the stall as you kind of just move the cloak and just bring in the little Kenku.
Lots of practice.
And within a few moments, you see probably what Bootlip was running from. First, you see this newly zombified clerk, kind of shambling. And following that clerk seems to be about 5 mercenary-esque folks. A couple of tieflings, a human, a couple of half-elves. And they're all dressed in very similar armor. Not quite a uniform, but enough to say that they look somewhat unified. And I kind of pause as to look around. The zombie keeps going. Zombie can't. Zombie's just going. But the other five kind of start kind of looking around, and they seem to split up. Kind of looking under tables and such.
I think Ishmael's gonna kind of start walking through the market, casually, moving slowly, because he's trying to keep this Kenku hidden, and hoping that Clow and Blue are kind of providing some type of cover behind him or in the way of any of the mercenaries that they're looking around in their direction.
Cloud's actually like strolling up to Ishmael, hands behind his back, just very like, don't panic, but I think they're on to me. And I think it was that guy. And he points at one of the random vendors who's actually selling something golden. And he's got a similar kind of small coin in his hand. He's completely convinced that they are onto him. I'll just go that way, and you guys go right.
Got it.
Good.
Got it. All right.
And he's like trying not to attract any attention as he like casually like whistling sort of goes the other way.
Come on, Blue. Let's go see what they've got in the stalls over this direction.
Oh, I'd love to.
All right, and we split the party.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not far away. I'm like 5 feet away maybe or something, but just not there.
Still, that's such a hell of a yeah, so you can kind of turn to another section of these stalls. And yeah, you're kind of starting to go this way as Cloud, you're kind of being a little like on the edge. These people might be onto you. So Cloud, are you doing anything specific other than just walking in a different direction, or?
I think I'm taking a good look at who I think is actually onto me.
Okay.
Like, what are they wearing? What's their armor? What's happening there?
Okay. Yeah. So you kind of narrow your eyes at the vendor who is selling like basically like hair baubles, like decorations, like combs and stuff, or that type of stuff. And there's it seems to fire generosity. They're very busy with a client right now. Kind of just seems to be bartering with them over this little hair clip. So they don't seem not super fine clothing, and not really no visible armor, but definitely, there's no visible armaments on them either.
I think he's just gonna like walk quite a circle and then sort of circle back to Ishmael and Blue when he thinks he's in the clear. Because of course they're not paying any attention to him.
Yeah, so you just kind of like, okay, and you just kind of circle back. And as you do, you do see that a pair of these mercenaries seem to kind of be splitting off into this area as well. Not exactly following you per se, but at least head in that same direction.
Noticing that, Blue probably leans over to Ishmael and sort of whispers, we might want to extricate ourselves from this situation a bit more hastily. I don't like these people following us, especially if they're after our little bird friend. I
Yes.
could slow them down if you want.
Let's maybe we should try moving quietly and see if we can lose them among the stalls.
All right.
To stealth and try to kind of weave our way in through the stalls and lose them.
I'll try to cover my trail. He sort of looks behind him at like little bits of goo he's just leaving behind. He's like, oh boy.
Snail trail,
Yeah,
yeah.
a little bit like
Yeah.
a snail.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone roll me a stealth check then.
Alright.
Okay.
See if you can just casually get out. No problem.
Should I roll one, or am I covered under Ishmael's?
Bad.
You're kind of covered under Ishmael's. Oh boy. You can't.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
Good job, everyone.
That went well.
So as you kind of start to try to casual, you know when you're trying too hard to be casual in a situation, this is what's happening here. It's like yes, I have nothing to hide. What are you talking about?
Nothing to see here.
And as you kind of start to kind of maybe veer a little too suddenly off to the side, one of the tieflings is kind of said, "Oh yeah, you're three."
Cloud, what have you done this time?
I didn't do nothing. I was no. What?
Give it back.
Okay. He just starts pulling all kinds of junk out of his pockets. It's like coins, a little bit of bone, like a half-eaten rat on a stick, you know? It's like anything people just left behind on the sides of that table within his swipey little grab hands was just swiped away. I
There.
confess.
It's
Take
kinda-
whatever it is that you were missing, and we'll call it good. Come on,
so
let's
sorry.
go. And I start trying to shepherd them, Cloud and Blue.
So as you offer up all of these, like, oh god,
I'm
Yeah.
imagining this ever-growing pile of where were they keeping all of that on them?
Pretty much, yeah.
Rounded up in front of this tiefling who's going, wait, what?
There's a hammer in there somewhere. Nobody knows how.
yeah, the mercenary is just like, right, kind of picks up like the actual valuable pieces and puts into their own pocket.
Hey,
Just
that's
like-
stealing. That's corruption. I will have your head.
Cloud,
All right.
you got your
Kind of-
thing.
All right.
Oh yeah, before y'all go wherever you're going, have you seen like a little bird person?
Never.
In this market.
Yeah, there's a
Um,
pretty high reward for recovery and everything.
So
The
Ishmael,
Marauders orders.
Ishmael stands about 6'2", 6'3". He just kind of starts looking around over the tops of everything. He goes, I see one there. I see some over there. There are more over there. There are bird people everywhere.
Okay, but like and kind of goes like yay height like, what are they called? I can't remember. Like black feathered ones.
Okay, black feather ones. Now we're getting somewhere. There are some over there. There are some that way, and some over there. You're welcome. Let's go, guys.
Just roll one. Just roll a deception.
Oh yeah.
The dice are with y'all today,
Going
clearly.
well so far.
Every time. Every time.
Oh man.
This guy just kind of narrows that. Right, we'll go check those out. Clearly kind of like looking
Bye.
over, looks at Cloud, looks at Blue, kind of walks off.
Blue's form is just like jiggling uncomfortably.
Vibrating with anxiety.
Okay, let's go.
As soon as he turns his back and he's a good distance away from us, Ishmael is going to put a hand on Bootlip's shoulder and cast Long Strider on them.
Ooh.
So that we can move a little bit faster.
I believe I can fly.
That is good. Small burb.
Small burb can now keep up. And we start at a regular pace moving through.
All right. So as you kind of finally manage to kind of get out of this section of stalls, really not sure if you've convinced the mercenaries at all, but they're not directly following you right now. So, that's not terrible.
And Blue is hiding our path by leaving a slime trail, wiping out any footprints that might be left.
Exactly. They'll never be able to track us. With me.
Exactly. There's dust of tracelessness, then there's slime of tracelessness.
Exactly.
Slime of tracelessness.
It is a very important export of the para-element, the plane of ooze.
Yes. So as you kind of head, you're now on the kind of outskirts, heading towards the outskirts of the market ward, and let me just check the market ward. Right. So there's a couple directions you could go. You would have some idea of where the collectorial list is in the clerk's ward.
Okay.
So you could try to either head through the Guildhall ward, or you could head through the Hive.
I'm gonna, based on the name, maybe not the Hive.
Sounds kind of bad.
It's a fine enough place.
Yeah, I guess.
It has these big, nice mud puddles that you just can take a nice dip in. It's great. Really rejuvenates the skin.
Yes.
Looks like we got a lure for you.
Tap one, Ishmael. There might be doilies there. Not when someone mentions the district where collectorial is not the Hive, the other one.
The clerk.
Clerk's ward.
Yeah, it's clerk's ward. That's it. Yes. There might be doilies there.
What would that mean to Ishmael?
I'm working.
Okay.
Nothing personal. Just
if he's trying to figure out what Bootlip is trying to convey with letting him know that there are doilies there. Okay.
Let's walk there and see what happens.
That sounds like a good idea. So maybe Kiana, if you're trying to speak to us.
Yes, I realized I was muted. Now I stream until I talk while I'm muted. So because of the donut structure of Sigil and the way that the walls, the roads pretty much go up on the walls and such, the location you're at, basically, you either have to go to the Guildhall ward to get to the Clerk's ward, or you have to go the other way through the Hive. There's pros and cons to each. Guildhall obviously is a little more legitimate. just a little. You would Guild Hall. Yeah. This you would have a lot more portals, like permanent portals, around. Just generally a lot more neutral of a place. However, it is far more traversed and watched over by, as you kind of Shemeshko's people. With a hive, you think you'd be able to, lose yourself among the kind of sketchy streets and not great people around here. However, it is full of thieves, pawnbrokers, secret slave markets, all that not fantastic things. So basically, you go, either you want to go more a nicer part of town, but perhaps more likely to be caught, or you go through a not so nice part of town, but more likely to stay under the radar.
I'm thinking Clow has more than a passing familiarity with the hive.
Yeah, I think so too.
As a group, we would probably blend in there better. And Ishmael tends to dress in blacks and browns and things, so
You definitely fit in the hive. Yes.
Is that supposed to be a compliment or what?
Well, I suppose it's a bit of one,
It's
if
an
you take it the
aesthetic.
right way.
one has to choose to be insulted when Blue says something like that.
It's true. Really, everyone chooses to be insulted. I never insult anyone.
Bootlip, any problem with going through the hive?
Out of sight, out of mind.
Good thinking. Let's go. And Ishmael will let Clow lead the way.
Cloud turns as they're walking to Ishmael, and he goes that's the moment where he sounds offended. When did you swipe a bird? You stole a bird!
No, it stole me.
Okay, touche, but still. He looks very frustrated, as if now the pins drops. Like now he understands what's going on.
Yeah.
He turns straight ahead and he's like, I could have kept my hammer.
So, as you kind of turn towards the edge of the market ward, headed towards the hive, we got a bunch of things in. Thank you so much for the donation. We've got an advantage for everybody and 2 advantages for me. So you can spend an advantage at any point for your roll. You just have to call it beforehand. Also, we did hit 10 retweets, so I'm going to randomly roll as to who gets a wild magic stage today.
Excellent.
Oh god.
It'll be fun. 3. That is Ishmael. So
Of course it is.
it is now a 1d614. We have, fun times. So, again, if anybody watching wants to add to the Wild Magic Search, go over to our Discord. We have a suggestion box. You can throw those right in there. 337. All right. Let me just get the backstage scratch to let me know what's going on. And so you just kind of continue wandering through. And it's always that kind of strange transition between wards where it's almost as if the two kind of mingle for a moment before totally switching over. And so the market ward with its fairly colorful buildings and its perhaps sometimes ramshackle stalls and such, it's almost as the color kind of starts leaching out of the buildings and the streets, as everything kind of has this gray brown tinge to it. Okay. And as you kind of wander through, yes, and we did have another one, so I will just roll that 1d4 for the second one.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh God, why? Another one for you, Ishmael. But
Bring it.
the first one is that Ishmael, you feel compelled to speak like some short, strange green creature that you saw before. You think his name might have been Yoda for the next 5 sentences?
Very fitting in PlaneScape.
Next 5 sentences, you have to speak like Yoda.
Wild magic, I like not.
Yeah, reroll that second one, please. On a 19. Ooh, we're getting high ones. Yeah. I haven't seen most of these. I know that one of them is literally I show up. As in me,
Oh.
Kiana, the person, shows up in the game. Alright, so you also now have the skills to become an expert figure skater. Ishmael.
Oh wow.
I don't know where that'll come in handy, but
I guess we'll see.
Blades of Glory.
Oh boy. Okay, so as you enter into the kind of gray and dismal part of the city, the hive, already the kind of people and you know, buildings around here kind of already kind of set all of you a little bit more on edge. There are still some shops and some such around here. And you can see down the street the large complex that is the mortuary, which you know is where all the corpses here in the city go. Never run out of business there. And kind of venture down, you see a couple people like around corners just kind of, you know, talking to each other, and they kind of snap their heads towards all of you as you walk by.
I guess Bootlip, now that we're in the hive, will exit from the safety of the cloak. It's getting kind of clammy in here. And I could have swore that Ishmael's wearing spandex underneath his clothes. Just an observation. I didn't know if he was figure skating before they saved me or not.
Sequins and blades, do I see?
Yoda on Ice. It's a new musical
wow.
that they're doing in the hive. That's why you guys chose this way. Classic Ishmael move. So I guess Bootlip's gonna exit the cloak, and he'll pull his little hood up and just kind of meekly try to blend. I guess go over towards Clow. Yeah, because they're about roughly the same height, I'm guessing.
Yeah, something, I don't know, 3'9", something like that.
Oh, okay, never mind. He's a little taller. He's like 5 foot. So okay, guess maybe that'll be a morale boost. He's taller than somebody for a change, and yeah, he'll look over at it's loud in here. Look over at all of them and say, "Thank you for being exemplary at your job."
I'm nothing if not exemplary at my job. That's why they sent me here.
Cloud just turns to Blue and he's like, was exemplary.
Very, very good.
Ah, yeah, I know. Thanks.
Appreciated your thanks is. This is hard, people. This is really hard.
just three or four more sentences, so you're good. 3.
Let's
I'm
walk
keeping-
there and let's walk there and see what happens. Kind of nudging, like, all right, let's go and get through this.
The path we follow, you shall lead.
Oh,
You know best
what?
where we're going.
I'll look up at you, Blue. Like, kind of look at you, like, do you know where we're going? Do you? Oh. All right. Shit. Looking for appropriate phrases to use. All right.
Plow must.
But I look at the bird and I'm just like, I don't know where we're going. The bird knows. Bird, tell us.
There's always a cave lagoon behind a waterfall. And we'll start leading the way and waving. Come on.
I think that means something, but I don't know, so I'm just gonna follow him, see if I don't die.
Follow, I will.
And I'm guessing
That's 5.
Oh,
God bless you, Cat.
So good.
Oh,
I'm guessing Lip knows the way. Does he know the hive? He was just trying to pass it off so he didn't have to vocally navigate.
You would have some ways around. Your master, the Collect Royalist, have sometimes had you go out into the hive. It's never been your favorite thing to do, but you know. So you know a couple of ways that you could go about here. You could try to pass by the mortuary, which will have the unpleasant situation of bodies and the such. But again, that's one of the reasons people kind of avoid the area. Or you could up my notes. You could also try to head past the slaughterhouse, which is a place for pit fighting and the such. Again, it's kind of not a great place. It's very questionable rules, if there are any. Lots of crowds of people, but you may be able to get lost through there from anybody who may be pursuing.
I think I'd rather deal with anything that's over by the mortuary and in the pit fights.
Yeah, fighting's probably yeah.
You think
Yeah,
so?
more,
All right.
The only
know,
problem that Ishmael can think of with the mortuary is that might have been where the zombie was headed, but
maybe she had a date. Okay.
or she's
Yeah, I guess
looking-
we'll head towards the mortuary.
All right.
If nobody,
Okay.
I can't really voice that. I'll just start walking that way.
Yeah.
If anybody else has suggestions, then we'll do that.
Yeah, you just kind of start heading that direction. Okay. So as you kind of start heading that direction, there is a kind of the gray and dismal parts of the streets just kind of start to quiet down until the spare amount of people that you saw here just even sparser. And instead you'll kind of start to see a couple of different people. You don't really see their faces, that they seem to be dressed in kind of large brownish cloaks, hoods over, who and you see a couple dragging a body with blood kind of still scraping along the streets.
Charming.
Look, you're not the only one who leaves a trail. Okay. Yeah, Bootlip will avert his eyes and just smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. Just keep on trucking. Just head down and moving forward, trying to give that whole situation a wide berth.
Yeah, and Ishmael has got made sure that the bow is kind of unslung and arrows are at hand, so that if need be, he can start firing. But he's going to definitely be keeping an eye out on this one.
As we pass the collectors, Blue probably like gives them a little wave and I'm like, oh, good morning. Hey, what's up?
Yeah, the dustmen don't give you much mind as they kind of just continue their grim. They're actually a little confused that you greet them. Most dustmen are used to being quite ignored or avoided. They kind of like look at you as if to be like, you're not a dead body.
Well, it's true.
Let's continue along their path. And as you gonna continue walking through past this, now that you see this very large 3-story complex almost. It's almost like this is just a circle. You see some windows throughout. It's very even spacing, but they're kind of all fogged in a sense. You can't see through them. Just a few flickering things of light. Again, you see more of these kind of cloaked figures just moving bodies around and in and out. You see another non-dust man who seems to be holding on to some body or something, and in conversation with the dust man, and you see some coin pass from the dustman to this figure, who then passes over the body, gives a little salute.
I think Ishmael it'd be at this point kind of scanning their surroundings, looking either for the Great Cleric or for more any of the mercenaries to see if there are any of them tracking us, behind us.
All right.
Or
yeah.
Paying a little too much attention to Bootlip or to the group.
Sure. Roll a perception check. See what you can see around.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
25. Yeah, you kind of look, and you see this figure that had just kind of done business with one of these dustmen, turn around and is putting the coin into their pocket. Kind of, it's a some demonic kind of creature, you're not sure what, just off top, but kind of stops and just kind of looks, glances over all of you, and gaze definitely kind of lingers over on Bootlip.
How far away are they?
Probably about 50 feet or so.
Yeah.
You best be going now.
Yeah, we're gonna keep moving. Ishmael's actually gonna let Plow and Blue go past behind Bootlip, and then take up the rear. And if the demonic thing looks like it's going to get a little closer, he may say something to it.
Okay.
Definitely just kind of, watches as you'll start kind of filing away.
As he goes away, yeah, I think Ishmael's just going to kind of say to himself, but hopefully a little loud enough that you don't want to do that. And he's going to say it in Infernal and then in Abyssal.
Oh.
yeah, there's no verbal reply back or anything. But the again, this demon-esque person just kind of shoves their hands back in their pocket and just walks the other direction.
I catch up with the group and just keep walking, but he's going to stay at the back of the group this time, and he'll be keeping an eye out.
And as you pass through basically the courtyard of the mortuary and back more into you get a few more people, a few more perhaps bars and such. You see a few of these dust men seem to be kind of congregating around this one particular tavern. And as you continue forth, you seem to have stumbled as there's suddenly from going from about no people to a lot. You seem to stumbled upon another market, much more crowded and ramshackle than the market ward. The roofs of these things are barely kept together and then kind of dripping water upon the wares. And as you kind of look over, there's a few items that you wouldn't expect in a normal market. A few bits and pieces of, bodies, strange substances. And suddenly you were kind of pressed into this crowd of people.
Blue, that's not a buffet.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
I was just thinking. I was just thinking how enterprising the people in the hive are. I mean, look at this. They make money off stuff that most people just throw away as garbage. This is my place. I love it.
That's because if it's not garbage, people like me swipe it.
Or people
True.
like you eat it. I'm pointing at Blue.
I only eat the finest. I don't eat garbage. Don't be silly. I am from the royal court of Princess Bwimb. I would never eat garbage. As he picks up something awful and just puts it in his mouth.
God.
Klaus just staring in slight horror, but also 90% admiration. I want to be just like you when I grow up.
Ishmael's like, cats. I'm literally hurting cats here.
Yeah.
Yep. And as you pass by, you hear somebody arguing with the stallkeeper. What do you mean that's for sale? That was stolen. That was mine. It was stolen a day ago, but how the fuck did it get here? We don't know what you're talking about, my friend. I'm sure, but if you really want this item, you can just buy it back.
They're pawn shops.
I should notice the economy here is sound.
Yes. Ishmael's he's literally trying to keep the group moving.
Oh, look at that over there.
Ew. All trash is someone's treasure.
See, Bootleg gets it.
Yeah. Distaste. Distaste.
See,
Sometimes trash is just trash.
And Bootlip, as you're kind of having both Cloud, you're kind of used to navigating these types of situations. I'm not going to put words in your mouth, but this is probably a place where you go and pass off some of the things that you get. But Bootlip, it's a little different than what you're used to. And you get almost stepped on by somebody. Being small.
Welcome to the academy. Please take your seats.
Yeah, get out of here, you little shit.
Wow.
Even though he's probably bigger than me.
Yeah, much bigger. And you see a kind of from kind of looking up the leg of this whoever almost stepped right on your foot. Large, kind of, again, a demonic creature with large wings that kind of just looks down with big red eyes.
Ishmael's just like trying to push him forward. Come on, guys.
You say that this guy will reach down and pick Bootlip up by the back of the collar.
Bow drawn, arrow knocked. In infernal, drop it. It's mine.
Yeah, whatever he said.
Roll an intimidation check.
Oh god.
Okay. Yeah. As there's this demonic, it just kind of just continues lifting out Bootlip back from the collar.
Don't forget, keep hanging on.
Does he give any indication of what he's gonna do with Bootlip? I mean, is he just curious, or is this more of I'm taking him?
This is currently it seems just like an examination of who the fuck called me a little shit kind of situation.
I'm waving with one hand and reaching behind my back to my waistband with the other. Kind of getting a sword ready.
As soon as it looks like this demonic being is going to do anything other than put Bootlip down, Ishmael is holding his action to do Radiant Soul.
Okay. Yeah. So definitely like gives a very long glance with its big red eyes towards you, Ishmael. That goes back to Bootlip. Like, hi, you know, substance to you for a bird.
I'll reach down in my coin pouch and pull out 2 gold pieces. Ooh, shiny. Try to hand them to him. Shiny.
Cloud actually reaches out as well. He's like,
Ah! Look
I mean, if you're offering.
I mean, this creature is about maybe 7 feet tall or so. Of definitely like.
Yeah, I'm about the size of a 7-year-old, like 7-8-year-old. That's about how tall I am.
Yeah. Shut it. And the demon the gold.
Okay. Maybe a persuasion check just to see.
Okay.
You know, take the gold. This is
Yes.
fine payment for insulting you.
Yes, that's it. Okay. Whee!
Nice.
Yeah, it definitely kind of looks at you and just like takes the 2 pieces of gold in its very big hands. It's like, be careful about what you say to strangers, and just like drops you.
Ugh. I'll dust myself off. Thank you for being.
Lands on blue.
Yep. Nice spongy.
Yeah, there's a bit of blue, a little bit squished in.
Yeah. It's like,
Thank you.
oh, well,
Thank you for being exemplary at your job as I'm climbing out of him.
of course. As Blue kind of like reshapes his face.
It's really gross, but I love it.
There are women in California that would pay for that kind of that kind of maneuver. I guess I'll Bootlip will look up at the demon and say, "Thank you for being quite the gem," and bat his eyes, and then quickly go hide behind Ishmael.
Ishmael's bow and arrow are not to be seen. And he's got the cloak open for Bootlip to go.
Tuck in.
Yeah, just like, like
Just the way you shepherd a child, like,
yeah, that I was thinking like mom birds just kind of being like hide babies and between body.
Under the thing.
Yeah, you're back within the cloak. And Blue, you definitely reshape your face.
Yeah,
It's hard to tell perfectly because you don't have a mirror on you, but like
exactly. So I imagine like his nose is like all crooked and his eyes like off, and he's like, I look good.
Like the eyes are just slightly different heights. And
Yeah.
just like not enough to be like Picasso, but like just enough to annoy you. That's slightly off.
Well, at least I didn't have to fight a fiend, so that's good. Always look on the positive side.
That's good. We have managed to get through about all the episodes so far without fights.
I know, right?
Wow.
The heck?
Well, where's the fun in that?
I can punch him if you want to.
No, we'll find somebody else for you to punch.
Ah, great.
Yeah.
The sorest ankle ever.
So I want to look around again, see if that attracted any attention. If there are any mercenaries or zombies.
Okay, another perception check.
Oh,
Nice.
Then another 25. Very nice.
I'll take those.
Yeah, you do. I mean, there are a few more people here that are about your height or so it's a little more difficult to kind of just get a quick scan. But even then, your eyes are trained to spot threats. You spot a few. You spot the mercenaries again, all 5 of them, with the tiefling that you had spoken to before, kind of leading the way, kind of shoving people aside. And there's a few people who kind of almost look as if they are going to turn and chew them out for, pushing them, and then they kind of stop and back away instead. Muted.
Yeah, we start moving.
Yeah.
All right, so it's going to be difficult again. The crowd here is a little bit, it's very close to being shoulder to shoulder. So I'm going to need either strength if you're going to try to, just shove your way through, or dex if you're trying to just, find the gaps and such.
okay.
Definitely Dex.
Same.
Blue's just like sloshing between people.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So you want dex checks then?
Oh God.
Oh god, how bad did I do?
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
And Bootlip can roll one as well.
Just straight
Strength or dex, whichever one.
straight
basically-
decks?
Yeah, strength
Okay.
dex.
Or diamonds?
Oh no, God!
Oh my
Oh,
God.
that's a save anyway. Oh, yeah, it should be even lower than that because that's actually a save. Save. Yes.
Oh, buddies.
Yes.
Okay, so as you kind of start trying to shove your way, it's just people kind of just start to seem to notice the mercenaries and panic a little bit, causing even more of a jostle and more, you think that you have a spot to slip through, but then all of a sudden nothing happens. And Bootlip, you get separated from the rest of the group.
I kind of fall out from under the cloak and they don't, I guess maybe Ishmael didn't notice. I tripped.
Yeah, Ishmael, you may have noticed, but you don't see where he went. He's
Yeah.
immediately kind of swallowed up by the crowd.
Yeah, it's losing your toddler at the mall on Christmas Eve.
Basically.
Oh my.
Oh god.
Yeah, and Blue, you got caught on by other, like, it slowed you down because it kept getting caught on other
Yeah.
creatures.
I had like my arm almost got like pulled off, so I had to like, oh, okay, all right, yep.
Yeah, you have lost your proverbial toddler in the Christmas Christmas madness.
And Ishmael's just getting his body checked, his shoulder checked by people as he's trying to look for Bootlip.
So dangerous on Black Friday. Jeez. Stomping over each other.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm very lost.
I'm very looking.
I think Cloud's like looking at our eye height, like Bootlip and Cloud eye height, to see if he can find him between people. Actually, also listening, mostly, I would say.
Yeah, you roll a perception check to kind of see if you can spot your little bird friend.
Oh wow.
I'm a cat.
26, hell yeah. You kind of have to kind of get lower to the ground to kind of look through people's legs, just because going through, there's just too much happening. And so you kind of look through, and you spot little pair of bird legs, which are kind of getting carried off a little closer towards where the mercenaries are.
Can I try to like sneak to him, like sort of pull a toddler at a birthday party idea?
He's currently about 30 feet away from you, so you're gonna have to kind of start crawling through essentially this madness.
I don't see Clow. I don't think. Well, hold on. Let me roll perception, because I'm going to do something whether depending on whether I see Clow or not.
Oh.
Do I see Clow?
For a split second, as you're kind of, getting onto your feet, you see the little like cat eyes.
Okay. Well, now that I know he's down low, then I will minor illusion, like an arrow, a fluorescent arrow, pointing towards me. And when somebody walks through it, I'll just shake it, do it again, like eat it Joe's kind of arrow, just
Oh no.
over here. I don't want to put it up too high. I was going to put it up high if I didn't see Clow, but now that I know that he's low, I'll just keep it low. That way I'm not alerting too many other people.
Yeah, I think I'm just like trying to get as close as possible to the arrow. I don't know how it's there, but I think it's a sign.
Okay, roll me an acrobatics check to try to weave your way through without getting kicked or caught up.
Definitely gonna try to keep an eye on Clow. Maybe follow a little behind if possible.
Yeah, Cloud, you're easily able to. This is the type of stuff you do when you're trying to get away from people who have caught on to you. So you kind of start weaving through people's legs. They kind of trip over you. Like, wah, jeez, what's this?
Sorry, sir. I'm sorry.
And you kind of start pushing your way over to Bootlip. And Bootlip, after like the kind of wave of people, suddenly there is a cat.
Oh, I want to hold it. I'm gonna hug it.
Oh, so you're a hugger. Okay, we're hugging. Okay. Oh, you're doing bird things. Okay. Let's. Okay.
Look around.
I'm looking around for Ishmael and Blue.
Yeah, you don't quite see them from where you are. You see like bits of the slime trail.
Like
breadcrumbs.
Just bits of blue here and there.
Yeah.
Follow
Getting
the
to this
slime.
crowd wasn't easy.
I think actually that would be the first thing that Cloud thinks is like where slime is bigger slime, so he's like he's trying to usher Bootlip towards the slime.
Okay. Let me just roll something here real quick.
And Ishmael has stayed with Blue while trying to follow with his eyes.
All right. Yeah, you start to follow the slime trail to your bigger slime friend. And for a second you kind of hear some shouts of just like, "Oi, just check over that way. I don't see them." As you kind of start scurrying along this trail.
Can I try to smell Blue out?
Sure.
Ooh.
What does blue smell like?
I don't know, but considering how good a cat can smell, I think he does have a distinct smell.
I think so. I think it's kind of, I don't know, like sort of a sharp, sort of acidic smell that I don't think most people would be able to smell, but it is there.
It is there.
Vinegar and cotton candy.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Ugh.
Very unique. Pungent.
Wow.
Like lime jello.
Lime jello. Oh man.
Tasty.
Yeah. So you kind of pick up this, and again you're kind of following this trail. So I won't make you roll for this. As you kind of just follow. And the voices of the mercenaries kind of get more distant as you kind of move your way. They seem to be splitting off in different directions, not following you directly. As they rolled a nat 1.
Oh god.
Perception checks.
Best be going now.
Yeah. We need to fight the tall one and the watery one. I don't know what he's made of, mate.
All trash is someone's treasure.
Yeah. That
Okay,
is
thank
true.
Kind of start sniff out, and you manage to. You kind of have like your nose to the nose downwards to kind of follow, and then you're like, "Huh, there's a lot more slime." Oh,
I found them.
Hello.
Hi.
I
Great,
found a
let's
bird.
go. Clow, you're the best.
Thank you.
Let's get moving. They don't see us right now, but we need to keep going.
Agreed.
all
Try
right.
and get up this
Yeah.
awful market.
Yeah,
Try to
you-
orient where I'm at. See where we need to go, which way we need to go next, and avoid that area.
Yeah, you seem like you're probably gonna just have to kind of keep going with the crowd for a bit.
Okay.
Now it's a little easier that you're actually walking with them. And as you kind of follow this crowd out of the market, people start to kind of disperse outwards, assumably to whatever homes they have here in the hive. And you have a little more breathing room. And no real signs of the mercenaries around.
No real signs of the mercenaries. Let's move.
I'll point in the direction we need to go, and there might actually be doilies there.
All right, let's go. And knowing that the mercenaries are still probably somewhere behind us, I think Ishmael's going to move to the back of the group again, just to be keeping a watch, keeping an eye out.
All right. So as you kind of turn a corner down one of these alleyways, you see a figure kind of lean up against one of the walls of the building. That same demon that you saw by the mortuary. They kind of. Oh no!
Yeah, too. Slide over by Boo. I figure, or Blue. You're my boy, Blue. I'll slide over by Blue and yeah, just kind of. I figure, you know what? He is a great thing to have between you and something you don't want to touch you.
It's true.
Yeah, this person's just kind of, this person just kind of leaned up and just kind of has a little wave, watches, same kind of demon, just watches the red, the kind of gold in the eyes, flaring up in the dark kind of situation.
Okay.
I'm guessing we're all still moving.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So Ishmael, his eyes take on just a little bit of a golden light to match the demon's red as he keeps eye contact with the guy as they keep walking past him.
They walk past. Just has again hands in the pockets, kind of. Careful where you're going. Seems like you're in a bit of trouble.
No trouble.
Not at all.
Oh my heavens! I'm just so famished. Just tap my invisible watch and yeah, we just need to be going. That's all. Yeah,
I'd say traveling around with one of Shmeska's little new treasures is called a bit of trouble.
Is that the kind of trouble you want to get mixed up in?
I mean, already not so great on her side. Which means just helping out someone who seems to be smuggling things away.
I tell you what, you mind your business, we'll mind ours. We'll go our separate ways.
Right, and so I'm sure you won't need any information to help avoid those mercenaries and stuff, right?
I
I
look
think
at
we'll manage.
and I look at Lip and say, "Do you trust him?"
Oof. I don't even. I don't want to find her.
Well, if you have information that'll help us, I mean, why should we trust you? I mean, you could be leading us into a trap. Is there a reason to trust?
Let's just say you've got someone who's interested in you, just not Shemeshka. Just interested in helping you, and I'm, helping her kind of situation. That's all. Obviously, not trusting me is the smart move to do, but well, we might have some ways to go some smuggling routes. Let's just say.
Insight?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I not hiding anything from you, and doesn't seem to have any maliciousness. Just speaking in rounds to avoid saying things outright, but that just seems to be of this creature's nature.
All right. Show me.
And kind of nods, and actually up against the wall that they've been kind of leaning on, you turn and just kind of on the wall. And you see kind of this glimmer of golden light just seem to kind of outline a door, perhaps. And after a moment, this demon kind of shoulder checks it, and you see it kind of just swing open.
Is this a portal?
It doesn't seem to be a portal per se.
I've got questions if you've got answers.
I have a lot of questions here.
She'll be able to explain more of it. Let's just head in if you don't mind.
Does she have a name?
I'll let her tell her herself.
I don't think he's lying to us, guys.
Well, you think so, Ishmael? I trust your judgment.
Sometimes that's all we have to go on.
Yeah,
I
but
guess so.
what's his price?
The demon has already kind of slipped inside.
Cloud's like narrowing his eyes a little bit, staring at it. He doesn't trust it.
Are you sure she had crabs?
Fairly.
Hmm.
Sometimes you gotta take a risk. This one looks like it might be worth taking.
I vote for the second one.
All right then. I was like trying to stick his hand through. I'm just testing the waters.
As you get up to this, it just kind of looks like a black, almost out of cut out from this building.
He just
and if you stick your hand through, doesn't feel like anything. Your hand passed through into the darkness.
He pulls his hand back and he's like, I'm in one piece, let's just go.
All right. Blue will just sort of take a big step forward and just go in.
Yep. Ishmael's gonna take one last look around behind them, and make sure that they're not being observed going in, and then step through, kind of trying to usher Bootlip along with him.
Oh yeah, I don't want to be in the back. Oh, I'll hop out in front. I'll let Ishmael shoo me in.
Yeah, and Ishmael, as you kind of look out behind, you don't see anybody. And all of you can slip into the darkness. And for a moment, there is just kind of that pitch blackness. You feel the ground beneath you, but nothing else. But after a couple of steps, you're out into a room. Wooden floors, lit by lamplight and candles. And you see that this demon that's kind of just standing off to the side, and in the center of this room is the table. Round table with some chairs. And standing, or sitting rather, at the at one of the ends of it is a tiefling woman. She has her feet up on the table, very kind of wild, black hair. You can definitely see like the tail that's kind of like just kind of lazily going back and forth. And on her shoulder is this kind of cute, furry little creature that I could only really describe as a one-eyed raccoon rabbit hybrid situation. And she has like a set of playing cards in her hand that she's kind of shuffling back and forth.
I don't want to find her. I'm gonna back up a little bit, be as close to Ishmael as I can.
Blue will step forward and sort of clear his throat. Good day, madam. We're told you might have something for us?
Look at him jiggle. Look at him go.
You gotta do the jiggle when you do it. You know?
Yes, that's your.
You can't get into character otherwise.
That should be like advantage on the persuasion check. Hey, I bring the party whenever I talk.
A polite people.
Let me just shimmy my way.
Yes, the slime Jalassi that knows salsa.
Oh, did you just say Jalassi? Because my brain just mixed jelly and Janasi together to be Jalassi in my head. I'm like, wow, this is
It's not bad, actually.
That works.
Subrace.
oh, my jiggle. Thank you, chat. Yeah, so as you kind of step forward, woman kind of like swings her feet down in a very graceful motion and kind of stands up and kind of leans forward and props her elbows on the table as if to, yes, actually, I hope my dear friend here didn't freak you out anything.
On a scale
Maybe
of
a
1 to
little bit.
10? Just like a 5.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I kind of, she looks over at them and just like, were you just waiting in the alleyway or sketchy like again? I mean, it worked. Yes, but that's not how.
He was one candy short of it being very, very sketchy.
I'm gonna wait for you.
Cattle van, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, popsicles.
So, you apparently know who we are. Who are you?
Of course. And she kind of stands up straight and does a little bit of a performative bow. They call me
Yes, you-
Kylie. I am a guide of sorts here in Sigil. And considering what I have heard or been told, you seem to need some guidance through the city to avoid being caught, is it? And she definitely looks over at Bootlip.
And what is your interest in this?
Oh,
Why-
honestly, honestly, this is a part of business, you could say. You know, people who need to get out and get to places quicker tend to have incentive for buy into my services. Also, she kind of lowers her voice, and as she does, she kind of like splays out the cards on the table, and the one that kind of slides closest to you is a card showing, like, basically this is a set of cards used in Sigil, where like the face cards are kind of replaced by prominent figures, and you see that the queen of diamonds is Shemeshka's face and clearly been scratched out. So, honestly, anything that I can do to bug Shemeshka more, I consider that a
Oh.
bonus.
Personal, it's not business.
It's both. You know, I don't see why
Coin
it
or
couldn't be
trade?
both.
Coin or trade?
I mean, I personally prefer magic items and the such. What's the keys? You know, valuables like that. I could be persuaded of other particular things if you have a option in mind. Bootlip, you do have that box of port keys that you ran away with last episode.
Oh, yeah. They're in the pack.
Ishmael's I'm gonna regret this. A favor. In trade. You're doing us a favor. I'll do one in return. And again, he's only speaking just for himself, not for anybody else, but just for himself. He'll take on the favor for her favor.
A favor? Definitely kind of gives you like a raised eyebrow. You sure about that?
Are you sure about doing us? Are you not doing us a favor by helping us?
I suppose so. Again, business, personal. Whatever else would like to call it. I suppose that could certainly work. And she'll kind of leap up onto the table and walk across it, and then jump back down.
He'll hold out his hand for them to shake on it.
Extend her hand and returns a very firm handshake. Well then, seems like our deal's done. That is much easier than most people make it, actually.
We are in a bit of a time crunch.
And the little fuzzy creature kind of does definitely kind of like just a little delicate sniffs around.
Do I know what this thing is?
Ooh, you could roll me a history or arcana
My
check.
familiarity of the planes and being naturally oriented.
Yeah, so with that, you could get advantage if you would like.
Okay. So we'll do a history check.
A 16.
Thank God for advantage.
Yep. You kind of like look at this creature as it's sniffing around. And you it takes you a moment, as these are fairly rare creatures called ethics. They are very much not from a common plane, and they make for very good pets. So they trust fairly easily.
Don't often see those off their native plane.
Kylie just kind of smiles and just scratches things on its head, and it just kind of seems to, loaf. When pets kind of loaf.
It's adorable.
This kind of does that. Is yes, this one, this is my companion. Good for doing, and she kind of like shrugs the shoulder, and the ethic kind of like scampers up on top of her head. Pretty good at doing tricks too.
Yes.
You keep very good company, Miss Kylie.
And she'll kind of like scoop her ethic kind of off her head and just kind of like holds out to just let it kind of sniff you.
Cloud's like holding his paws out, like, I want to pet it.
She'll
Feels
just kind of like,
how you
she'll
treat a
pass
stray dog kind of thing.
she'll pass it down towards you. It has like this big one eye just kind of blinking at you.
Cloud ever so gently, like very gingerly, just pats it on the head with one paw, like pat. Oh God, this is so great! I'm having the best day of my life.
Yeah,
And
it's
Ishmael's
definitely...
thinking to himself, I'm going to have to tell them. I'm going to have to say it to either Blue or to Cloud. Ethics are friends, not food.
You do hear Blue's like belly ooze give a little hungry little bubble.
Friend, not food.
Oh, of course, yeah.
That's better than killing them.
Oh yeah, his name is Dib.
Oh,
Dib.
Oh,
Dib the Ethic.
I call dibs.
she said not to eat it.
Aye.
Yeah, and Dib will climb back up Kylie's arm and back onto the shoulder. Right. Okay. Let me just pack up my things. We're gonna go. Hope you guys aren't claustrophobic or anything. We'll just be going through some tunnels I know and such. Stay underground.
That sounds acceptable. Yeah. I can squeeze into some pretty tight places.
Definitely looks at you and says, "Is there like a limit to like how? Because you don't really have. You know what? That's a very invasive question. I'm sorry."
It's completely all right. I understand your curiosity.
She kind of. She's a little confused, but she's like, "Whatever. You know what?" And she'll just go over to the table and kind of, with one sweep, just collect all the cards again, shuffle them, and put them in a pack. And she, just give me a moment. And she ducks into a back room, and comes out a moment later with a rapier on her side, and a few other small trinkety things that she kind of puts into a bag. Right. That should be everything. Do any of you need anything? I don't have a ton here. You know, this is not the main place I like to hang out. This is just one of many. But I might have a few things if you need anything. Can you see in the dark by chance?
I can.
Good.
Klaus just staring at her, just waiting for her to like think of the answer herself.
I don't like to make assumptions, but
I don't think I can. I've never thought about it before. I can swim really good, though.
It's good to know. I can try source of light, perhaps, if that would help all of you.
I don't need it personally.
And,
I'm sure I'll be fine. What could possibly go wrong?
And
Someone just needs to hold my hand so I don't get lost.
And what about you, little one?
Oh. I'm trying to pull up whether it's dark vision or not. We'll find out. I don't. Bootlip seems very indifferent and scared of this lady, so kind of shying away and.
With Blue not knowing, what does Blue? Are there any items currently in Blue?
It doesn't really look like it. He has like some odds and ends, like a dagger, what have you, but you know.
Ishmael's going to cast light on the dagger.
Oh, okay. Oh. Well.
Extra shiny dagger.
Huh. Just have this inner light now.
Ishmael just kind of reaches in, puts a finger on the dagger, casts light. retracts.
Oh. My, I've never had that sensation before. Interesting.
Blue, do a jiggle.
Okay.
The light like sort of cascades off the wall.
It's a rave. It's a rave. Pull off a chunk of them and put them on a stick, a glow stick.
I mean, we're in some shady underground place. It's the place.
This lady's great. What was I thinking?
Well, there's solid 5 attendants, maybe.
Yes. Must be a slow night.
Oh, that's so funny.
Ooh, shiny.
The hive is a magical place. I told you
Yes.
guys.
Blue is the life of the party. You're the guy who always gets invited now.
Especially because that light is filtered through the ooze, so it's
Yeah.
kind of like
It has a nice color to it, you know?
Yeah, so basically you've illuminated all of blue as just this kind of faint glow happening.
Jello lamp.
Jello lamp, that's amazing. Oh, this is so good. Okay. Yep, you can. As this is Kelly's just like, huh.
I can definitely see now.
And we can definitely see you. All right. And she kind of shoves, she's like, kind of starts shoving the table to one side. And underneath you see what looks like to be a trapdoor. So she just kind of pulls open. She just looks over at the team and says, wish me luck. Right, I guess you need it. And she just kind of starts clambering down a ladder into this space.
Klaus
Really
very
just
eager to
realized-
follow.
I'm just now realizing I should have insight checked her.
Oh,
Oh well.
what could go wrong?
Klaus like already halfway on the ladder, like, let's go.
Of course. I'll follow after.
Once I notice the rave light moving away from me. Turn. Oh shit. Gotta catch
And
up to
Ishmael's-
Party's this way.
catch up to the party.
Ishmael take up the rear again. Close the trapdoor behind them.
Okay. So as you do that, let me check something. Hold on. Open up my notes. Okay. So as you delve in, it's dim in here, and for those of you with dark vision, you kind of have, again, this kind of the transition of just like everything now in black, kind of grays and black and white. But you seem to be in a tunnel of forms. So quite small, perhaps no bigger than really 5 feet across, or really 5 feet in any form of time. So anybody who's taller than about 5'5" will have to kind of.
I'm gonna need to see a chiropractor after this. Got it.
I imagine Blue, who's like 5'6" is just like, I don't know what you mean. It's perfect. Meanwhile, like the top inch of his head is just scraping against the top.
Klaus
I'll
just
just-
pointing like, you got a little something like,
What? I don't.
no, okay, never mind.
Fine. I don't know what you're talking about.
I tried.
So now we're leaving slime trails on the ceiling and the floor.
And the floor.
A well lubricated tunnel.
I'll trash as someone's treasure, and I'll just take my glow sticks and just scoop up what's slopping off the ceiling. Just reinvigorating them. There we go.
Perfect.
At least we can like sort of slip and slide back if we have to.
Yeah.
Ishmael, like a figure skater, skating on the trail of slime behind.
Yes.
There we go.
Finally
Oh, man.
found.
Bring it full fucking circle.
Triple axle. Triple axle.
Not in this low ceiling.
You gotta
Oh,
drink
It's almost more speed
good.
skating than it is figure skating, but it's close.
So as you
Yeah.
please someone clip this. So as you I'm gonna need marching order. Just good.
I
I
think
desperately
Cloud first, after Kylie.
Kylie,
Yeah, and then I'm probably after Clow.
I'll be after Blue, depending on where Ishmael's at in his routine.
Currently doing
Come
a
on.
real man.
Yeah.
Routine finally over. Music fades out. Tense across the board.
Yes. Yeah, so Ishmael's definitely bringing up the rear, but he's probably an extra 5 feet behind Blue just to give himself some light distance.
Okay. Yeah, and Kylie's just tall enough that it doesn't quite scrape her head, but it's just kind of going through and just kind of looking back. It's just kind of raising an eyebrow at this whole situation. You know, I would say that I've seen Stranger, but that would be a lie.
It's Sigil.
Yeah,
True.
she just kind of shrugs.
I take that as a compliment in Sigil.
Yeah. And she'll kind of just start walking through. There's kind of the sound of water and such dripping in here. There's a bit of dampness. Well, it's kind of hard to tell Ishmael whether the dampness is from the tunnel or from Blue. But you guys continue down. And you're kind of weaving through there's several branching pathways, but Kylie seems to kind of directly go whichever way. She doesn't really pause, like, yeah, this way. And you get the tunnel kind of starts a little wider, a little Ishmael, you can kind of stand up a little more straight. And as you do, I need everyone to make me a perception check.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, Blue.
Well, okay. All right. So, yeah. So, Bootlip. So kind of, gotta think that you're the one who hears the kind of chittering sounds, squeaks, and Cloud, you also kind of pick up on this as well.
Let's
Sounds.
be honest here. We're all getting a little depressed with all of this. Oh! Just kind of pointing all over or wherever I'm hearing the sound from.
I'm gonna unsling the bow, pull out an arrow, and get ready, keeping an eye out.
Yeah, you kind of look around. Again, with the kind of the sounds of, with the construction of the tunnel, it's a little hard to kind of pinpoint exactly, but you definitely hear kind of around. And after a moment, Kylie just kind of puts up a hand. Just... shit. Okay, and she just kind of pulls out her rapier as you see in the darkness of the dim. Several kind of red eyes just kind of open, small, close to the ground. 1, 2, 3, 10, 20, 30.
Oh.
They want to cuddle. I can tell. They wanted the rave. They came for the rave, man.
Oh no.
They're
We
just
didn't bring it
like-
up.
Those aren't eyeballs. Those are glow sticks.
Yeah, man.
And you see a it's kind of almost as if moving together all these little eyes, and you see these swarms of cranium rats starting to all headed towards you guys.
Oh my heavens. I'm just famished. Start backing up a little bit.
I'm gonna need everyone to roll me initiative
Okay.
Oh,
as the
God.
cranium rats start to as the cranium rat starts.
Oh, jeez.
Oh well.
Save me some, guys.
You're my boy, Blue.
Blue. All right.
Blue's got this.
Maybe.
Just roll over them like a sweeper.
Just suck all of them up.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's Blue first, and then Kylie.
Okay.
And then Bootlip. Then Chloe. And Ishmael. And then the cranium rats. Which are kind of in the dim lighting of Blue. You see it's fairly large rats, like bordering New York City rats.
Oh.
And their entire, like, half of their skull has been removed, and you can see the brains.
Oh man, it's the yucky
kind of,
kind.
yeah.
Yummy.
So, Kiana, I'm sorry. I was just looking through my abilities on Natural Explorer. Apparently, I have an advantage on the initiative.
Oh.
Very nice. Roll that again then.
Oh, well. It is better.
It is not a nat one.
Yep.
Cool. Yep. All right. So Blue,
Yeah.
see a swarm of rats headed towards. Clearly, and you see like the red in their eyes glint, the light being glinted off of them.
Okay. So I know we're in order walking down this tunnel, but is there a way for me to like get around everyone in front of me so I can get closer to the rats?
Yeah, it would be
Okay.
a little bit. Yeah, you'd be able to do it. It would just be a little bit of a
Okay.
swarm around people.
I'll squeeze through there then, and I'll get within, let's say, 15 feet of the rats. As my bonus action, I'm going to touch myself, and I'm going to use Dragon's Breath. And as my action, I'm going to exhale a 15-foot cone of acid. So I need the cranium rats to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
All right.
I'm gonna cast it at 3rd level, so if they fail, they take even more damage.
Oh boy. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Let me just figure out what the thing is. Because they're not at 100, which is the easy number. And now that you definitely see there's probably about 60 of these
Okay.
rats,
Oh god.
which is fun times as always. Okay. 24, 2, 13.
Oh, that's actually my spell save DC.
Okay.
All right.
Uh,
So
yeah,
that would mean
so-
they beat it, right?
Yeah, so they'll take half, I
They'll take
believe.
half damage. Yeah. Okay. So it's 46. So they'll take 7 points of acid damage.
Right. So you see a few of these rats kind of caught up in your cone, just kind of as you know they get acid and they kind of scurry as if to part that section of now acid.
I imagine Blue just sort of like opens his mouth and like just a of ooze with like little bits of stuff just comes out and hits these little rats. And then when he sees that most of them moved away, he's like, "Oh, and that'll be
Yes.
my turn."
Cool. Yeah, you basically just vomited up acid, and yeah,
Yeah.
cool. So with that, definitely kind of parting. Kylie is she's going to take out her sword. She's going to try to swipe at she's that have kind of come up towards her. Pretty good at those. 19, and she'll definitely take out a shoe. Cool. Yeah, so she'll kind of fend off some of these that are kind of inching towards you guys. Bootlip.
Okay. Let's see here. Can I? Yeah, I guess we have enough room. I'll kind of squeeze around and just pop out a little bit and try to get as big of a group of the rats as I can, and cast sleep on them.
Oh.
At let's just do level. Let's just it pays. We'll do level 2. So sleep at level 2. So 23 hit points worth of sleepy rats.
23 hit points worth of sleepy rats. Okay. You knock out these are the ones that had been caught up in the acid, and so you knock out about 10 of them. That just kind of
Okay.
go and
And then I will cower behind everybody else again.
all right, Clow.
I think Cloud's gonna go to the front and just try to stab some sleeping rats.
All right,
Why
go
not
stab
skewer
those
them?
sleeping rats.
Why not skewer those? Yes, let's see.
Advantage.
Yeah, with advantage to stab the sleepy. A 14 will hit.
Alright.
They are not armored in any
No.
way. The rats. Okay. Yeah, you definitely stab through one of these rats very satisfyingly as it kind of does like a little squeak,
Mhm.
and then it's gone.
And then I will use my other hand with my other dagger as my bonus action.
Okay.
I'm just gonna
Yep.
stab as many rats as I can, really. I need to. There you go.
Stab those rats. Yeah, Bootlip's hiding.
Working on fixing it. Come on now.
No worries. All right, you stab those rats for sure.
I need to. Hold on.
No worries.
Oh god. Roll 20 went kind of rogue on me.
No worries.
There we go.
Okay. So yeah, so you take out 3 of these rats essentially, just kind of you stab them through. Putting up no fight as they were asleep. All right, Ishmael.
All right. So, bonus action, Hail of Thorns.
Poof.
Yeah. I love rangers. And part of Natural Explorer is On your first turn in combat, you have advantage on attack rolls against creatures that have not yet acted. So the first shot with the longbow, he's just right into the middle of these things.
Very nice.
I don't know why it didn't roll damage for Hail of Thorns.
That is weird.
Yeah.
But how much damage is it?
Is it 1d10?
Okay.
So let me roll that real quick. So 4 if they fail the deck save. But let's go ahead and just fire this off real quick. So that's a disadvantage of 26.
At 26, yep. We'll definitely hit. Nice. They rolled a nat 1 on the saving throw.
So the one that I hit with the arrow will also will take the Hail of Thorns, and then each rat within 5 feet of it will take it as well. Take the Hail of Thorns damage.
Very nice.
All right, and second shot with the longbow.
Ooh, 20.
15.
Yeah, so this one rat that you just managed to nail right in the center for like the Hail of Thorns just dies as everything, all the rest of the rat is kind of start to react to the thorns that start to kind of stab into them as well.
All right, that's his turn.
Mm-hmm. And now it's the cranium rat's turn. Cranium rats kind of being kind of parted by these attacks. They seem to kind of just converge back again. And you hear many voices go, "We are not happy. No, we do not like this." And they are going to. They are going to cast confusion on on Ishmael. So let me double check on confusion again. I believe that's the wisdom saving throw. But yeah, these rats can't cast spells. Surprise. Yeah, wisdom saving throw.
All right. He looks at him and he's like, yeah, "Nice try."
Yeah. You don't, you just brush it off. We are not happy with this. No, we are not. And instead, they start to kind of swarm towards Blue and start biting into Blue. They're going to do a attack.
Make them do an allergy check. Lime jello.
That'll hit.
To try to hit. Yeah, I have too many things on my screen. 46. 16 points of damage as they start kind of just nibbling away at you. Cool. Back to the top. Blue, you are being eaten by rats.
Ah! I think Blue will probably just let out another dragon's breath at these guys. So dexterity saving throw is as many of the cranium rats as I can hit.
They rolled a 20.
Oh, okay, well, they'll take half again.
still good amount of damage. Yeah, some of these rats which have been kind of beaten up and stuff from previous attacks definitely kind of and die.
Just all die. Stop biting me.
Some of these stoves just keep eating away at you. You tasty jelly, apparently.
That'll be my turn as I scream in horror at these rats, like, getting all over me.
Yep, fun times. And Kylie will kind of see you're being eaten and will just start kicking the rats off of you. She'll kick a few away, and even when some of them miss, they'll kind of scurry off and away. And Bootlip.
Okay, so Bootlip's not. I mean, it's not brave or anything normally, but he sees that his boy Blue is getting the bite on. So Kylie kicked a couple of them off. Bootlip's got to run up and hold up his swords and try to jump in amongst the pile of rats that have just been thrown off of him. Hopefully can reach a sleeping rat within 5 feet of them and focus on that one first. He's got two little scimitars, and he's going to start slicing and dicing. I'm going to use a. Actually, I'll see if it hits first. I'll attack one of the sleeping ones.
Awesome.
That way I can get advantage on that attack.
Yeah, awesome. Fun time and signal. Come for the door, stay because the cranium mass ate you.
So 14 hit?
14 does hit. This is a reminder that everyone has an advantage that you can use at any point. Combat's a good place for them to be used.
Okay. I want to do. I'll use an advantage on my blade flourish die.
Okay.
We'll do that. I'm going to use a blade flourish, college of blades or college of swords rather. So I'll just roll a d8, but I will do it with advantage. Well, I'll just roll twice. So 5 on that die. So I'll add that to my damage. Oh wow, that's underwhelming. So so 9 slashing damage for that guy.
That one's very dead.
For the one that's sleeping, and then 5 damage that since I'm using a blade flourish. Which one is it? Since I am using the slashing flourish, I'll do that 5 flourish damage to all rats within 5 feet of that rat as well.
Okay. So you just carve in and
just start swinging and hopefully take out some rats. And are there any of the ones that are within 5 feet of that are still alive?
Yeah, so you take out most of them. There's a couple of them that are still up.
Okay, I'll offhand attack with I'll offhand attack one of those that are still alive. But that's a regular attack, so does 11 hit?
11 does not hit.
Okay.
As this rat just kind of off the way.
Yeah. I will. I'll stand my ground. Try to stay between it and Blue, and look very scared.
It definitely looks at you. It says, "We do not like you. No, we don't, bird."
And that's it. That's all I got.
Clow, you've been stabbing away at sleeping rats when Bootlip just comes in and just tears into them. Or jumping away again to defend Blue.
Yeah, he sees the rats trying to intimidate Bootlip, and he's like, "Don't bully my also tiny friend." So he's just gonna like do a Bootlip and just swipe at him, really, like just go nuts, stab him. So that is a.
Yup.
I think that works. So he just goes ham on one of them. And hold on. Wait. I'll just do it like this.
No worries.
For Bootlip, he's going to try to do it with sneak attack because Bootlip's right there. So that's 11
you
damage.
definitely have sneak attack.
So that's 11
Here.
damage on this low mouse.
Yeah,
Especially
the one that's been hissing at you.
Yeah.
Bootlip goes down to Cloud's many daggers.
Stop bullying me, mate! And he's going to try to do it again with his offhand, just the closest rat that's there. And I will take advantage for this one.
Very well. Yep. 23 definitely. Stabby stab.
And that is a d4. 3 damage on his head.
This one is still standing. So definitely takes the stab.
Oh, Larry, he seems to have hurt himself. Hey, well.
Hey, that's very good. All right, Ishmael. There's probably about half of them left now of these
All right.
cranium rats.
He's gonna aim right into another nice cluster of them. Bonus action, he's gonna cast Hail of Thorns, but this time he's gonna do it at 2nd level.
All right.
So that'll be a total of 11 that they'll take.
Yeah, you take out you take out the one
Well,
right.
I still have to shoot.
Oh yeah.
If and I am going to use my advantage on this first attack. So 21.
Yep.
So 17 to the group and 11 to the ones that they'll take half. If they pass, they take half damage of the 11.
Yep. So take half. That's still quite a bit. As this one that you just shoot into definitely dies. Farewell, that rat.
I'll pick
The
one.
others are injured, but aren't killed.
I just move my aim slightly over to one that is injured. Don't think the 10 is going to hit.
No, match number 14 hit.
All right, that's my turn. Oh, yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Cool. It is now the cranium rat's turn. All right. So, you see them just be like, "Hey, we did not like this at all," and they just kind of you see this group of them again. They kind of swarm together, and then they split into two, as if to start to kind of go around. They're going to attack. One half is going to attack Bootlip. And the other half is going to go for Ishmael. So using this, they are going to 15 into Bootlip as they start to try to gnaw into you.
15 hits.
Okay, and let me just roll for the ones on Ishmael with a 9. I doubt that hits.
No,
And so they are going to do, because they are officially at only half of them, they only do 8 points of damage to you, Bootlip, as they start kind of gnawing away at your feet.
Get out of here, you little shit. Ah! Yep.
Cool. Next up, top of the round, Blue. You see them kind of move away from you, as if to, but they're now attacking Bootlip, who is in front of you.
Okay. Blue is going to walk forward, and he's gonna cast haste on Bootlip, but I sort of picture it as like Blue walking like through Bootlip almost, like he makes Bootlip go through his body as he sort of positions himself between Bootlip and the rats. So Bootlip, you have haste on yourself. And then Blue is going to use Quicken Spell, Acid Splash, as his bonus action on the cranium rats, and is going to say, "Stay away from my boy Bootlip." So I need them to make a dexterity saving throw.
And 8. They're very dexterous apparently today.
Okay. So Blue just sort of squirts some acid at him, but it totally misses them. So he's like, "Oh, this was a mistake again."
But you have cast haste upon. But it's a weird sensation, to say the least.
As I'd like to think, as Blue walks through me and comes out the other side, I'm like trying to wipe him off my beak, and then I accidentally snort a piece of Blue. Woo! You know, yeah. Now, whew. Now that I have a trunk, and now I see where you get all your jiggly energy at. You know,
Exactly.
overly caffeinated now. Caffeine infused Jello. Oh.
I love this. Oh, this is very good. All right. Yeah, Kylie. Once again, she's just really just going to attack and try to get these things off of Ishmael. Yeah, so she'll kind of start swiping at the ones that are starting to come upon you, Ishmael. Taking down a few. You're about at about a third of them now. And Bootlip, you have been hasted.
Okay. Yes. Let's see here. How many rats are in this little swarm that's attacking me?
There are about, I would say, 15.
Okay. I think that the sleep thing was a pretty good route to go. Well, that's what these numbers. I'm not a very combat. No, you know what? I feel invigorated. Yes, I'm not going to waste this new slime exfoliating stuff that I just Mary Cade got to me. So I'm going to eyes get all open, and I'm going to just jump in the middle of this swarm. Actually, I'm going to caress Blue as I run by. And then get in there. And just hacking. Yeah. First attack. Let's see here. First attack. Bata!
25 will hit.
Okay. I will expend another Blade Flourish, another Bardic Inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
For man, this new dice roller is really messing me. There we go. Oh yeah.
Max damage.
So it'd be 15 damage.
That one goes down.
To the first one I hit, and 8 damage to all of them within 5 feet of him.
Yeah.
And hold on, let me check and make sure that there's no limit to that. I don't want to deal extra damage to target creature, and a creature your choice you can see within 5 feet. The damage equals the number. Yeah. So all of them within 5 feet of him.
Yep.
And then my hasted attack.
Mm-hmm.
A 16.
Yep.
Just going ham. He's
Go ham.
The poultry's going ham. Okay, so and the offhand attack, which with two-handed fighting is regular damage.
Yep.
Yeah.
You just fucking carve into these rats.
I want to bite one. And yeah. I don't want anybody to think I have bird flu or anything, so I'm gonna spit it out and maybe I shouldn't have done that. Too much, too far. Okay.
Lip has a cranium rat stuck on the tip of his beak. He's just flinging it blood everywhere.
Yeah, I'll drop it. Okay, too far.
Yeah, you take out like 5 of these.
Okay. Yeah. Now just look back at Blue. Ha! Ah! Ah! And yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Awesome. I love it. All right, Clow.
Yeah, Klaus like kind of staring at the bird like, okay, this is happening. This is going. Let's join in. So he's gonna go. He's gonna go where his little buddy goes, and he's gonna do what his little buddy does. So he's gonna just mash rats to pieces.
Stab those rats.
Pretty much. And now, like, whilst he's doing it, he's just sort of muttering to himself like, rats, 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 rats. Like, he hates it. He hates them.
Right, with a 15, that will hit.
Okay, that's good. Let's go. Let's see.
Yeah, you kill one of these rats that had been injured by the... Oh boy! That had been injured by the flurry. You just stab this one to death.
Yeah, I like pick him up like a shish kebab and I just sort of like fling it off my dagger. Like,
so many cranium rats just flying everywhere.
I mean, I want to get them out of my way, so that's why I tried to stab another one that's just sort of like trying to get away in front of my feet. And let's see.
A flurry of crows. That's very good. Thank you, chat. And 21 will hit as well.
Yeah, okay. Let's see, then that is... Wow. I like hit the back of his tail, chop a little bit off.
Yeah, if you chop off this one's tail, it's just... Yeah. Do not like, no. Ooh, and that 20 for Blue had just come in. Thank you. So you can expend that at any point. Ishmael, you've got about 10 of these now on you.
All right. Misty step, 30 feet back. And I start firing.
Cranium Rat's a little confused and suddenly you just kind of...
Oh, no,
Yep.
first.
Yup.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. You just take out 2 of these rats. And it's almost as if you like kind of pin them straight to the ground.
He's got a grin on his face, just like, yeah. This is what he does.
Awesome. Cranium rats. They're not super happy. As you see them kind of again, the one that was kind of on the group that was on Ishmael just kind of starts kind of scurrying to join the other group. Did not like their odds. No, we do not like our odds with that one. No, we do not. Should eat the tasty one.
Damn you for being delicious.
And these 10
I was just born this way.
and these 8 rather just go and just behind you, Blue, and just start trying to bite you again. Munchy munch. 20.
Yep.
For 8 points of damage. As these other ones that are kind of in the midst of you, Cloud and Bootlip, they're just going to try to eat at you, Bootlip. 14?
14 does not hit.
Yeah, you may have to kind of dodge, kind of jump over them as they try to eat at you.
You're energized. I wish I was good at figure skating. I would be, all sliding around, but just all coked up on goo.
Yeah.
On Mountain Goo.
Wow.
All right, Blue. You're being
Yeah.
nibbled on again.
Well, I'm not happy, so as my action, I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb, which is a ranged spell attack. So I'm going to use my nat 20.
Yep.
And I'm going to cast it at 2nd level. So
The ones right behind you that are just kind of munching.
yeah, and I'm going to do acid damage. So let me see. How much it'd be? Let's see. It'd be 48 normally, so it'd be 8d8, I guess,
Yeah.
as a nat 20. Oh my god.
Let's just call it that, just because those are
Okay.
fun.
35 acid damage.
Woo!
Yeah. As you cast this chromatic orb, these rats kind of like, we do not like, no, it's kind
I
of
thought you
melt.
said I was delicious. Just take more.
Yeah, they start to melt into rat goop.
Did he just
as
throw
the
his
acid
gallbladder?
I mean, basically, yeah.
It's gross.
Wait, that'll be my turn as Blue just throws pieces of himself at these cranium rats.
Okay. Kylie is just going to kind of start to skirt around. Not going to do anything because she don't want to crowd everything over here. But she has her weapon prepared. Boop, boop. You've got a few that are trying to munch.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh man. Okay, that's a bonus action. Okay. Focus a little bit more and just flowing this time. I'm going to the ones that are on blue again. Try to start hacking them. Actually, first before I start hacking them, bonus action, healing word, blue.
Aw, that's good.
So sweet.
The healer's doing. Oh, the bard's doing some healing.
I definitely need it.
What is it? 1d4 in your spell mod, I think. I think it's. Oh, well, never mind. I guess I don't need to. I already have it plugged in here. Not a whole lot, but it's worth it. The ball blue. Yeah. For
All right.
5
Very
hit points.
nice.
And then I'll take my attack action and attack one close to him. If I see any that are like more injured, I'll start more injured and work my way up.
Okay, sounds
So,
good.
Attack the most injured, 22
Yup.
for
Yep.
4 damage.
Yep, that one goes down.
Okay. And I'll look over for another one, 16 for another 4 damage for the second one for my hasted action.
Very nice. Yeah, you just kind of step right into these.
And yeah, just still look up and look at all the rats and try to scare them off, or look at them menacingly and, you know, get out of here, you little shit. And that's my turn.
I love it. Cool. Yeah, there's about 10 of them left. Cloud.
I think Cloud's just he's just gonna sort of kick him around, and then those who don't immediately disperse, he's just gonna stab him again, because that's what he does.
Yep.
Yep.
Y'all like cart me into these rats. Like, no problem.
I think
Yep.
that's a dead one.
Yep, that is a dead one.
And then the one next to it, he just sort of nah, don't leave. He sort of tries to pin it down onto the floor.
With a 12 though, you just missed as this rat is. I like how that's my go-to of rats be like, no. Yeah, this one just manages to kind of scamper out of the way.
Cloud tries to sort of kick after him, but he sort of misses, and he gets more frustrated about him because he can't be half as cool as the bird who's just going completely ham beside him. He's like, I've got to be cool here as well, because he thinks Kylie is about the coolest person today, and he really wants to impress her, but it's just not happening.
You try. All right.
I'm only cool because I had help. That's all.
Blue Lip is cool all the time, as far as Blue's concerned. You know.
All right, Ishmael.
All right. Planar Warrior as a bonus action.
Okay.
I'm going to pick one that looks the least injured.
Yeah, there's an extra chunky one.
Yeah. Oh, just missed him.
Yeah, just missed. Definitely like cast a glance over at you.
Yep.
This is big one.
Same. Jeez.
Oh my goodness, these dice.
Ah.
I'm trying to know if you have an advantage to spend or not.
No, I already used my advantage.
Yeah, you already did. Yep.
Unless I get advantage if it's next to an ally, I don't know. So
this one definitely kind of.
Yep.
Just gets out of the way. All right, Granny and Rats. These ones are the remaining 8 of them. Kind of look. No, we do not like this. We must go. And they all just kind of turn and just start running off. You do get the 3 of you get opportunity attacks.
Attacks.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna smash
Looks
them.
like we got a new friend.
Yep. So you take down one of those. Cloud, you just miss.
Ah, rats.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
rats.
So, Bootlip, you're able to kind of carve into that really chunky one. But it just kind of starts limping away alongside with the rest of its rats. And there is suddenly quiet again.
Ishmael's gonna walk up to Blue and just put a hand on him.
Oh.
So it's 5.
Okay. Awesome.
A little more, little more of the slime kind of starts to reform.
Do you?
Yeah.
How bad do you look?
I have 23 out of 37, so not awful.
Place a second hand on Blue and cast Cure Wounds for another 4.
All right. Thank you. That was thoroughly unpleasant.
They
Oh.
really
Yeah.
went to town on you.
Kylie just
Yes, I
puts
did.
Kylie puts her sword away, just well, I did not expect them to be here. Sorry about that. Is everyone okay? Is everyone fine?
It's a sewer, and you didn't expect rats.
I expected rats, just not cranium rats per se.
I'll give you.
Normal rats are easier to deal with. These ones talk. I don't like that. All right. Sorry?
Ishmael was just wondering how much further they had to go.
Oh, not, shouldn't be too far. She seemed to pause and she's kind of thinking. Probably another 20 minutes or so.
Let's go.
I want to take my glow sticks now that I'm very lethargic and worn out. I take the goo off the end of them and try to smear it on the side of Blue to help him. Not that it's not gonna help him heal, but maybe just put a little bit of him back on.
Blue just sort of pats Bootlip's head and is just like, "Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Thank you."
They probably look like old bits that are used, putting a different color Play-Doh back into back into the mass. Oh, doesn't quite fit.
Appreciated.
Right out on the edges.
Yeah, it's all hard. hard.
So good.
Stale. There's some stale blue for you. There you go.
If it's fallen off, is it still a part of blue? The same way that like you're losing, like lose hair or like
Yeah.
It's a good question.
skin, like cells. Like are they still blue?
So I just essentially just took one of your toenails and put it back on you. Yeah, well, it's got to help, I'm sure. Science.
It's not hurting.
Even if it
Blue.
doesn't, blue pretends it does. So. Oh, I feel so much better.
So alive.
And
Good
thus a
baby.
friendship was born.
Yes. A blue in his blob.
So you guys continue travel. Again, just following Kylie as she does some form a few more, and the tunnels again kind of tighten down. And eventually she's like, right over here. And she just kind of goes over to the side and you see a ladder. Says, right, let's just, I guess head up and see what's going on. And she'll clamber up. She kind of, lifts an arm up to lift up the hatch. I see her kind of like pause just to look. Just close it. All right, so good news. I believe we're right across from the collectorialist shop. Bad news is that there seems to be quite a few mercenaries right outside the shop. So, I've gotten you here. I'm not sure how to get you directly to where you need to go, but
I'm ready to like get past her however is appropriate.
she's still like on the ladder, so you kind of have to like clamber on her.
Yeah, Ishmael's ready to go up so that he can pop up and fire.
She's like, okay. And she'll kind of pop and she'll kind of slide on, and you see that you're inside of a building. You know this bootlib as the archive across the street from the collectorialist. Seems like nobody's around. And so she kind of seems to just be sliding herself up, and she'll lean down. She'll reach down a hand to help out anybody.
Don't forget, keep hanging on. And I'm ready to wait for everybody to get up and then
Welcome to the
Yeah.
academy.
And you see through the window, you see the collectorialist shop. Which again, seems like an afterthought building, one that had been placed between two large ones. And you definitely see a few mercenaries kind of hanging around.
Before we get out of this like ladder, Blue's gonna cast Spider Climb on himself. Just it's concentration 1 hour, so I figure, it's not gonna take us an hour to get over there.
Yep,
But
no,
Options
hopefully
open.
not.
Are we going to be visible coming up out of this by the mercenaries across the way?
They don't have they're not facing towards you guys, but you can see them through the window, and so assumably if they looked around, they might be able to spot you.
All right. As Ishmael's climbing up, he's going to go Radiant Soul. He'll use, and the eyes start to glow. The wings come out. Just as he clears the trapdoor, the wings come out. Yeah.
I'm so jealous right now. Oh, I'm hating.
He will take Bootlip for a quick flight if there's time left when we're done.
I'll be like at the front of the Titanic.
Yes, exactly. Actually, What if Ishmael were to pick up Bootlip and fly over so Bootlip can attack?
That's better than killing them. Poof!
Yes.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Oh, yes. 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 Perfect. Perfect.
You know this. You do know this building is a couple stories tall and does have a roof to it.
I'll cast invisibility.
I'm climbing up.
I'll cast invisibility in my last 3rd level slot to turn Ishmael and I invisible. Once she spreads her wings and gets it full.
Okay. So these two are climbing up. What are Clow and Blue doing?
Cloud's just sort of like running after them until they go invisible, and then he just stops on whatever stairs they're going on.
Yeah, you're on the roof.
Oh
you're
yeah.
right.
Okay.
Where they go?
Blue would probably follow after with a spider climb, just sort of like walking up the wall.
Yeah,
So
we'll wait.
Do
Okay.
you want me to drop Bootlip off in the middle of them? Is Bootlip going to cast a spell from on Ishmael? Drop you off? Right, fly.
He'll point up to the roof, or the roof of the collectorialist house.
Gotcha. All right, you're going to have to hang on to me because I'm going to, while I'm...
And then he'll like kind of point to Clow. He sees that Blue is all he's ready. But point to Clow and kind of like point for you to come back, for him to come back up, and we'll all go in together. Farrier. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Armored farrier.
I'll hug him.
Ew.
Wait for takeoff.
Yeah. So you both go invisible, and you can soar off across the street towards the collectorialist shop. You can't see Bootlip smile.
What's the distance between the two roofs?
It's around brain's kind of calculated in my head. Wow, I just blanked.
It's all them brain rats. You've been missing.
The cranium math ate my brain. Yeah, around like 60 feet across.
Okay, so it's going to take. I only have a flying speed of 30, so it's going to take me 2 rounds to get there.
That's fine.
If I attack while invisible, that is going to end the invisibility. Is that correct?
I would believe so.
Yes.
Okay. So I won't. So what I'll do then for my action is I will dash across and drop Bootlip up off.
Yeah, you just off.
Okay. I will hold the invisibility until they all get up there.
Yeah, and you can like the two of you who are still on the roof. You feel like the takeoff of air displacement. Where you don't see anything, obviously. They go up, and Bootlip, yeah, you get dropped off at the roof.
I remember they're waving for Blue, forgetting I'm invisible, waving for Blue to come over and climb up.
Yep. Dash across, pick up dash across, grab Blue.
Okay.
Just pick up Blue, dash back across. Drop
Yeah,
Blue off.
if anybody thought to look up, there would be a floating.
Especially with the wind. Like a dog with it.
Klaus sees this and he's like on that roof, like a dog who you just threw like a ball which you kept in your hand. He's completely confused, like ha 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 ha. He's like 110% freaked out, like Blue. What? What?
He's ascending.
Like his tail is like entirely bushy. He has like the bushy raccoon tail happening.
So when Ishmael comes back, he's gonna make sure to grab Claw by the back of the neck, like by the scruff, like you pick up a cat that's gonna claw you. Just
The second they're flying, Klaus just like he's accepted it. He thinks he's ascending to heaven. He just spreads his little arms and he's just like, I'll take it. I'll take it. I've done bad. Take me.
I've done bad. Take me.
Ishmael can
was-
sort of hear him like mutter like, I have stolen this. I am so sorry. Please do not.
I'm gonna answer Clow and Celestial. You have been forgiven, child.
Klaus' eyes, you know, like the pupils are just like he's having a religious experience up there.
Mind is blown.
When he touches down on that roof, he is a changed cat.
Okay. So as all of you have made it across to the collectorialist shop on the roof a bit.
Yep.
You know there's a door that will lead you. And you just see Kylie out on the street. Just
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
No, she just wanders out.
Forgot about
She's done her job. And she'll kind of look up and she'll kind of give a little wink. And then she'll actually look up for the mercenaries and be like, "Oh, excuse me, fellow." And she goes and she just starts talking with them.
Oh yeah. We got out
Ishmael
through the
wants
roof.
to fire into them so bad.
I know.
I'll drop our invisibility and let's head down.
Okay.
Before I open the latch, before I open the door, I just want to look at them and very lovingly say,
Thank you for being exemplary at your job.
Blue gives a big old bow and says, "Of course, for my service to Lady Bwimb, I am always exemplary."
I wish I could say that you are, but I don't have that on my list. I vote for the second one. And then we'll head down.
All right. So you guys, you open up the latch that you know it's hidden, but you know where it is, Bootwhip. You come up here sometimes. You pull it up and you kind of enter into the private quarter floors of this place. Which is much, although still very narrow. It's bigger than what you expected from on the inside. You clamber down these very tight set of stairs, and through a side door, which enters into the shop. A place that is covered in shelves with all the items that you could think of. And you see the collectorialist, strange celestial being that kind of faintly glows. Several bandages over where you expect their eyes to be, but several eyes kind of placed around them. And they just seem to be smoking.
Take the box and
Ishmael just to the collectorialist.
Oh, there you are, dear Bootlip. I was wondering where you were off and over to where are the others? Kind of looks at. I'm pretty sure that they're not these people.
it's gonna point at all of them and say,
Thank you for being quite the gem.
at them, and then point out the door and kind of like look like meh, like those guys were. These, them.
Ah, well, that's quite unfortunate, but I suppose that's just part of the job. Oh, he must. Kind of looks at the three of you with its several eyes, and, well, without even looking, we'll take the box that you're kind of shaking.
Yes. Take this fucking thing.
Take the box.
Yeah.
Just kind of with one hand, just lazily, with the one with the strange kind of cigarette pipe situation, just kind of flip it open. Huh. Interesting. Well, I suppose I should thank the three of you for bringing my assistant back. I don't know what I'd do without him.
I'm gonna elbow the eyeballed master. Elbow him, look at them, and be like, "Oh,
Yes, thank you, Bootnip. I know the common courtesies. What would you prefer? Gold, perhaps a port key somewhere. I won't be able to tell you where the door is, but I could at least give you the keys.
Can you identify something for me?
Of course, I could do that.
I pull out the medallion with the holy symbol on it that nobody has ever been able to identify or recognize.
Okay. And like the several eyes that are kind of placed around is kind of almost widen a bit. It's like, and they place down whatever they're smoking. Interesting. Could I? And extends a hand.
Takes it off. Hands it to him.
Takes it. Kind of closes their hand around it. And you see just that glow kind of intensify around the hand as all the eyes kind of close. Huh. Gestures to give it back to you.
Takes it, puts it on.
Fascinating. I suppose I know the answer, but you wouldn't happen to want to part with it, would you?
No, I've had it as long as I've been aware.
Very unique. If you want to pursue where that goes, I think I might have the key.
Very much.
Seems like you have someone looking down for you.
Very much
Fascinating.
like to find them. Or learn more about them.
No, well, you certainly won't find them here in Sigil. Gods and the such aren't allowed here. And they'll actually kind of go over one of the port keys within the new box and just kind of pluck it. It's almost this little, almost an ice shard that doesn't seem to melt. Just kind of places into your hands.
Thank you.
And she picks up the cigarette. And for two of you, anything.
Gold would be fine for me.
Yeah, God, please.
where does he keep it?
Who knows?
I'll never tell.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. And a gentleman never asks.
It's kind of simple. I like that. And we'll just kind of reach under the desk and pull out a sack of gold. I assume that the two of you can figure out how to split it, but that should cover for quite a bit and for all the trouble.
Klaus like nearly vibrating with excitement, wiggling his fingers like I need it in my hands. Religious experience, what? Gold is the way?
And Brute Whip, you're the one who notices that the mercenaries seem to have disappeared, gone away. And you see a business card kind of slide under the door.
A business card. Oh, I'm over. That's my fucking reward. I scamper over to grab that. I am collecting these things. Everyone has one here. It's so fantastic, and they're all very well crafted. So I'll pick it up and look at it.
Yeah, it seems at first sight as it's just a black piece of paper with nothing, but you kind of tilt it, in the light. You see on it, it just says Kylie, and there's a little rune on it.
Okay, I want to show it to Ishmael, so that he knows. I mean, they have feelings. I need to keep it though, but I'll show it to Ishmael and make sure, see if he understands.
Yeah, I will. Ishmael will just ask for a piece of paper and quickly sketch the rune and fold it up and put it away.
Okay. I'll try to get Ishmael's attention and signal for him to tell my master about the
favor?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So, it turns out we acquired the services of a tiefling named Kylie, who acts as a guide, and she's the one who got us here. Apparently, she's not a real fan of Shamaska's either, but I agreed to payment. I offered to pay for payment of her services, since she was doing us a favor. I owe her one as well.
Interesting. And definitely tilts her head at the name Kylie. Didn't think that she'd be more proactive recently. Interesting. Well, I'm afraid I can't interfere with dealings that way. But I can certainly vouch for you if time comes.
Woodlip felt that you should know.
Right. It kind of looks at... Have you been messing with Shemeshka, my dear assistant?
Are you sure she had crabs? Kind of just disgust over her face and punch her thing. Violence, yeah.
I guess we'll have to just put up the security around here. Thank you, the three of you. I greatly appreciate it. And if you're ever in need for a job, I almost always am looking for something.
If you ever need anything from the swamps of Oblivion, my mistress would be happy to help.
Perfect. I don't have many things from there. I'm always curious.
I come across things in my travels. I'll keep an eye out.
I'm gonna take two things off the shelf and tug on my master's cloak or whatever, and watch. And I take these two things and I'm gonna gently scrape Blue, and I'm gonna look at him and look at Ishmael. Kind of like, okay. I'll just minor illusion a picture of myself inside of Blue, and
Sticks.
Yeah, I want to show my master the new thing that I've found about the rave and the glow sticks.
Yeah. Blue. Do you mind if I cast light on the dagger again?
Go for it.
Shell clenches a dagger, cast light.
Go blue, go blue, go blue. Look at him jiggle. Oh God, I wish I could tell my master to watch him jiggle. This is amazing.
And as this little wave goes down inside the collectible shop, the collectibilist just starts laughing. It's just.
I knew he would understand.
And as our camera pulls away from the little flashes of light coming out from the window of the door, that is where we're going to leave this episode of One Shot Wonders.
Oh.
Ooh.
What a great place to
Yes, you're right. That's what I pictured, the light coming out through the windows, and if anybody walks by and looks in.
What the heck is going on?
Yeah.
That was cube.
It's a blooming good time.
That was so good. All right, let's go around and let's go meet everyone again. Guys, this is time to tell us who you are, where we can find you over on the internet, and what your favorite part of this one shot was. We're going to start off with Academic or Dan.
Hi, I'm Dan. I'm only to be found. Well, no, I'm not only to be found on Twitter as @academic. I'm also on Twitch as Coolest Hamcat, though I don't really stream much. My favorite part was by far the discovery of the slime Jalassi that knows salsa. I mean, I don't have to explain why, really.
It's so good. It's so good.
I really enjoyed playing with you guys. It was my first stream, but it was absolutely delightful. I loved it. Thank you very much.
You're fantastic. Thanks for coming on, and I'm glad this was a fun first experience for you. always great to have new people coming in. Cool. Let us move over to Dylan, KKRP2.
Hi, everybody. Okay, so Thursday, tomorrow, I believe it's 7 p.m. I know it's Thanksgiving, so if you can't make it, that's fine. But usually we do Waffle Talk on the official D&D Twitch channel, as well as twitch.tv/PowerScoreRPG, where we talk about Dice Camera Action, which is Chris Perkins' show over on the D&D channel. And Saturdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on PowerScoreRPG, you can also find me doing Waterdeep Dragon Heist, where I play a tiefling mystic who is not in the best place right now. So yeah, you can find me there, and I also do art on Twitter and stuff like that. And probably my favorite part was being devoured by cranium rats and then hasting Bootlip.
You know, it's not every day that you can say that you were a slime person and then also became like a jelly lamp. You know,
it's not every day. It's true, even in D&D.
Only, yeah, especially with PlaneScape and all the shenanigans you can get up to here. So yeah, thank you so much for coming. Super fun play with you.
Yeah, of course.
And I love Blue. That's such a good character. So.
Thank you.
Fantastic. And we will move over to Kat or Cleric Accord. Hi.
Hello, I'm Kat at Cleric of Cord on Twitter, where you can find me on Tuesday nights, 7 p.m. Pacific. I'm on Madbird's channel here on Twitch in an all evil campaign, playing Dina, a tiefling draconic bloodline sorcerer who has a very complicated family history. That's a lot of fun. And next Thursday, the 29th, I will be playing on The Order on Encounter Role Plays channel with Susanna Grace's DM, and in as many one-shots next year as Granicus will fill me into for here on this channel, because every time is just a blast. I have so much fun. Kiana is just mwah. You're great, and I love it. And everybody here, everybody I've played with, every game has just, we've all had so much fun, and I laugh, and I really needed that right now. I needed the laughter, and I needed that. Thank you. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves this holiday weekend. And my favorite part was the results of casting light on a dagger inside blue. That led to just the best. It is something that Ishmael will never forget.
It was such a beautiful moment. I loved it. Thank you for coming on, Kat. This was great. Always fun to play with you. And of course, last but not least, we move over to Kyle, so Stalwart, our recurring cast member. Hello.
Hi, I'm Sir Stalwart. Geez, I don't even know where to start. Absolutely fucking amazing, wonderful, fun. You guys are awesome. I would play with you guys any day. Fucking just fun. I don't even know. Just like Kat said, just sitting down and regardless of what kind of things are going on, just to be able to sit down and have a good laugh and share some time with good people is awesome. And it's like she said as well. It's always here. That's the way it is when you come to Scrats. So thanks again, Kiana, being an awesome DM as usual. As far as finding me, I'm Sir Stalwart on Twitter, and I have a Twitch channel, Stalwart Initiative, and run community games kind of like this, much smaller scale. But so as far as oh yeah, speaking of that, I have a couple openings. I think this weekend I'm running Saturday night, Sunday night, 10 p.m. both nights, Eastern Standard Time. I'm running community games, so I have a couple openings for that. Just check out the Twitch channel or whatever. Hit me up if you're interested. Next week, Kiana, do you want to let them know what's going on as far as your schedule for this this thing, and then I'll go from there.
Yeah, so next week I am off and away, headed over to PAX Unplugged. So I am leaving the DM seat for Kyle to take over for a week. It's going to be interesting. I'm really excited to watch the VOD later on and see what he does. He just does a small little takeover over here. So yeah, I'm hyped to see what you do, Kyle.
Yes, I'm not gonna grab your reins. That's stepping into very big shoes. So actually, what I'll be doing next week is a preview for a show on this channel, a community show. Pretty much run the same way, different cast members each week, starting the first quarter of next year, and that will be a campaign or like a campaign of one shots. Pretty much at this time slot, might be adjusted a little bit on Wednesdays more than likely, and that'll be set in the new setting of Ravnica. The Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica just released. I'm running a similar campaign with my community starting in January, and we'll also be running one differently, but in the setting of Ravnica, which I absolutely am enamored with. I've loved Ravnica since 2005 when the setting came out in Magic the Gathering. So yes, very excited. We'll just do a little preview next week of what that show is going to be like, that series. So excited for that and to DM here again. So thanks, Grat, and I look forward to Kiana coming back in December and us picking up a new thing to get enamored with for One Shot Wonders.
Awesome. Cool. Did we go over your favorite moment? I can't remember.
No, like I said, I can. I don't have. There's no way. There's no way between the Jello, the salsa, being being ushered around and by Ishmael. For me, it was like, and Clow finding me, being the only one who really could find me in that crowd. I thought it was screwed, and he was so happy to see him. Like it just everybody else made my time good, and I don't really have one particular moment. So.
That's awesome. Great. And I think that just leaves me. Hello, I am Kiana. I was a Dungeon Master or your Lady of Pain. You can find me over on Twitter at KianaS, which is the best way to figure out what I'm doing, because I am all over the internet playing role-playing games almost every day of the week. What I will plug is that this Friday I have 2 awesome games going on. First, I am running a one-shot of Teenagers from Outer Space over on Laugh Love Lindy's channel, with basically pulp retro teenage aliens. And also the system is that you literally can't die. So you know what, we're gonna go buck wild over there. It's gonna be fun. And after that, I am running the season finale of Adventures in the Wild Blue, which is our Lady Blackbird campaign that takes place over 2 different streams to show 2 different sides of the story. One half has been over on this channel and the other on Off the Table. And we have the big whole cast, 8 people cast, crossover this Friday, where we get to see everybody together as they make decisions, and feels will be had, and everybody will probably cry. You know, normal things. And as I had said before, I will be at PAX next week. So if you're going there, say hello. I would love to meet you. And then after that, we'll have 2 more episodes of One Shot Wonders. I'm still figuring out what's going to be happening with those 2 weeks, but we'll figure it out. And afterwards, I will be going on a bit of a hiatus for One Shot Wonders because school. I have 1 more term of undergrad left, and the scheduling just messed it up, so I wasn't able to do this. But I will obviously be checking in on the channel and everything. So definitely check in for the last 2 episodes of One Shot Wonders, at least for now. Until we pick it back up again. And yeah, I guess that's me. Every single moment was fantastic today, guys. Honestly, One Shot Wonders would not be so wonderful without all these casts I get to play with and the lovely chat. So thank everyone again for being here and for playing through this game. It means a lot to me, and it's always so much fun. We just get to sit down and have a blast. All right, moving on to all the Academy things. Once again, hit up our social links to find us when we're not live here on Twitch. That's over on Discord, where you can find all sorts of cool people from the community supporting each other, loving each other, and the game. As well over on Twitter, which is the best way to get into review a game like this one. So definitely hit us up over there, as well as our YouTube, where we have archives of all of our past streams. So if you want to catch up on a show, that's the best place to do it. Thank you again, everyone, for supporting us. As we are full-time now, we are trying to reach our monthly goal. So thank you so much for that, as whether you're donating or you're subscribing, or if you're hitting our Patreon, where it's one of the best ways to support us, as for little dollars a month, you get some really cool content, as well as some free stuff as well. So, awesome stuff over there. Big thank you to our sponsors, Burn the Storm and Mage Hand Press. Both make some really awesome content, which are featured on the show. Burn the Storm, all of their proceeds go to charity, which is some really cool stuff. And Mage Hand Press, they are creating Dark Matter, which again, D&D in space, and you can see over on Argo 37 tomorrow. I think that's about it from us. We do have a raid war cry, as we are going to go over and raid Kaora, another awesome person in the community. So please make sure that you bring all the hype, bring all the love, copy paste that slime jalasi that knows salsa as our raid war cry as we go over and give them all the love and the energy that you have brought here today. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Keep evoking emotions, and we'll see y'all next time.